Okay, so I'm gonna talk about yields today. And first of all, we have so many kind of yields. And yeah, I'm gonna take one example, like kind of easy to people or for myself to understand about this concept. Yes, to understand about this concept. And first of all, I think I'm gonna take one example that I have learned from the beginning until now about this subject. Like for example, we have a bond that is trading at 900. Now its present value is 900, and par value will be 100 and 1000, and holding period is 120 days. 120 days, like 3 months. So first of all, we need to calculate about the holding period of this bond. If you hold a bond for 3 months, if you hold a bond for 120 days, we need to know like how many, like what is a percentage, what is the rate of return. Yes, we need to know about rate of return to the bondholder. Like for me, for example, I'm holding this bond and I need to know after 120 days how many percentage that I actually got in return on holding this bond. So to calculate holding bond period, we just take par value minus 2 present value, and we divide it to present value. So we'll get the percentage of holding period. Yeah, so that is holding period. Now we talk about no laziness on calculating yields. First of all, we have no laziness on this. We still compound it. We still use 365 days to compound to get a yield. So we call this one is compound 365 days, and is as effective annual yield. Okay, so for example, for this scale, we're gonna effective annual yield will equal with 1 plus with 11.11 is holding period for 120 days, and we power 365 days. Remember, 365 days, and we divide it to 120 for this one. Compound, and 365 we call effective annual yield. Okay, move on to the next one. We do not compound it, but we still use 365 days to calculate this one. So to calculate this one, we call this one with no compound, but we still use 365 days as a bond equivalent yield, and also call this one add on 365 days. Of course, no compound here. Okay, like as the example, we will calculate the bond equivalent yield like 11.11%, and we time with 360 minus to 120. Okay, there is one laziness here because we did not compound it, but we did not compound it because we use this one. We use time. Actually, we need to like 11.11 plus 1 and power 365 divided to 120, but we just time it. We do not power it. We just time it, do not power it. So we call one laziness is bond equivalent, or we called add on 365 days. And the third one is about the second, two laziness on is no compound, no 365 days. We use 360 days to calculate yield for this case. So for this case, we call this one a money market yield. Money market yield is two laziness, double M, two laziness. Okay, so we also call this one as add-on 360. Why we have two laziness here? The first one, we do not compound it. Why we do? What is the hint for us to know that they do not compound it? Because if we compound it, we need to power it, but we do not power it. We just time it. Okay, and here we do not use 360. We do not use 365. We use 360. So just money market yield, just 11.11 times 360 divided to 120. So we have 33.33%. And the fourth one, we call this one, we have three laziness on this, and we call this one as bank discount yield, and bank discount yield, and also called discount 360 days. Why we called this one a three laziness? Because first of all, so normally we will use 11.11% as holding period. Okay, because holding periods, we have 1000 minus 900 divided to 900. But now for discount 360 days or bank discount yield, we take 1000 minus 900, but we divide to 1000. Okay, the first laziness. The second laziness is we use time. We do not power it. Okay, and the third one, we do not use 365 days. We use 360 days. So this one we have three laziness. Okay, we not use holding period to calculate this one. So we called this one bank discount yield or discount 360 days. So we remember about this kind of yields. Okay, so that's it for this loss. We'll keep continuing in the new loss. Okay, in a new loss.